Alright guys, today we're doing a test drive in a KRX Kawasaki. The ES model, the red one. Just gonna look at some of the stuff this thing's got. It's got a live valve suspension, that's pretty neat. Low gear, 4-lock just like the old style. And it's got these buttons down here that you can interact with the display on. We're gonna do a little demo ride today. We'll see what this thing's like. Another thing about this thing is, you see down here, the high, low, neutral, reverse, there's no park. So you have a park brake right here. Now if you look behind the seats, a lot of room.
15 to 22 minutes depending on traffic. We'll be able to highlight some key features. We'll get you to stop. You're going to hear this voice over the radio letting you know what it is we want you to do in terms of settings. Go ahead and release that e-brake. We're going to drive it. We're going to have fun. We're going to go good time zone.
Alright guys, so I've already driven one of these last year and did the same demo ride, except this year I'm doing the ES model. And I'll tell you that the KRX, if you're thinking about this machine, it's an awesome machine. It's really well built, and I think it's a really good East Coast machine. When you're looking at buying one of these machines, you need to keep in mind where you're going to be riding. You're going to be riding sand dunes, somewhere you can go really fast. Sure, you probably want a machine that has a turbo on it, like a Turbo Razor, like a Pro, or maybe a Can-Am Maverick X3. Those machines would be great if you have somewhere where you can really get on it, open it up, and have the power that you can really put down. Those machines would fit the bill pretty good. But if you're looking for more of an East Coast machine, something that you're going to be riding pretty slow, this machine I think will fit the bill. It's built really well, and it's crazy how good these things ride. And it's definitely a machine that when I first seen it and thought about getting one, I thought to myself, I was like, man, I don't know if I really want this. It seems kind of slow, but I can tell you that you will not be, underwhelmed by this machine. This machine's going to impress you, and it's going to be a lot better than what you're thinking it is compared to a lot of the other things out there, like the Honda Talon that we just passed, just taking a look at right there. Those things ride rough. If you're looking at buying a Razor, they're a pretty good machine. If you're looking to buy an X3, pretty good machine. But a lot of these machines that have the turbos and stuff are really hard to put down the power. You're going to be wanting to go faster than what you need to on some of the trails, and the KRX is set up really good for that slow technical trail riding if you're into that kind of stuff. And you will not regret at least taking this machine on a test drive. I guarantee it. Alright guys, it is super dusty out on the trails today, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about this machine. The thing that separates the ES from the other models of the Kawasaki KRX is the ES has what they call live valve suspension, which means that the switch in the middle there, the gray one on the right, it will allow you to shift your shock rebound basically from like a soft to a medium to a firm, so that if you're wanting to drive a little bit more aggressive, you can put it in a firm setting, and you can have a little bit more predictability in how it handles the trails and stuff like that. Or if you're just cruising and you just want a really soft ride that feels nice and plush, you can put it down that soft setting, and it's just going to make a crazy smooth ride. And I know a lot of people take that for granted, and when you ride one of these machines, you're like, wow, this thing really impresses you. Now as we go up with these little whoops here, I definitely know last year we went over these things in my brother's 4-seater 1000 XP4, and he drug going across some of these little bumps we was coming across right there. KRX went over those fine, didn't drag at all, and just it handles a lot of situations really good. Like, it will surprise you when it comes to the technical stuff. And I really got to say this machine has impressed me every time I've been behind the wheel of one. Now, a couple of things I want to touch on with this machine. Everybody talks about this machine being super slow, and they talk about this machine weighs a lot. Now, there's a reason that this thing weighs more than some of the other regular 1000 machines. That's because this thing comes with 31s, and because this thing comes with beefier skid plates, A-arms, and radius rods and stuff like that when you compare them to other 1000 machines. So by the time that you buy maybe like a Razor 1000 or maybe a Honda Talon or something like that, and then you go in and you beef that thing up and you put 31s and 32s on that machine, it's probably going to be in the ballpark of the same weight. And you know, in terms of power and stuff like that, this thing, it's not like you're getting out on the trails and you're not able to open it up and go fast and have a good time. You can still get out there and cruise, have a good time. It's probably not the best race machine, but it really shines on stuff like this where it's, you know, you see this going down this hill here, it's really rocky and stuff like that. Other machines are going to jar you, and it's going to be, you know, slightly painful / discomforting when you're going down, you know, a really rough, rocky trail. Whereas this machine, you're going to be able to go further and ride longer because the suspension is better and you're not taking as much abuse on your body and stuff like that. So if power is the one thing that's deterring you, I would say unless you get out and race side by sides and you're like super hardcore into racing, if you're just into going down trails, normal trail riding, rock crawling, technical riding, stuff like that, I would say the Kawasaki KRX is definitely a good machine to have. Now, if you are into the racing and stuff like that, by all means, go out there and get you an X3. I will say, when you compare maybe a KRX to like my X3 driving down the trails, you know, I could definitely get into my X3 and go a lot faster because it handles better and it's a little bit more predictable. I've noticed a lot of times when I get really aggressive with KRX in the turns, the front end wants to slide. The X3 seems like it wants to tip up a little more. Now, it could be tire selection and stuff like that, but you know, that's just what I've felt, and I'm sure other people may have other experiences, but that's just what I've seen. Alright guys, if you're enjoying today's video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me and hit the like button, share it with your buddies, and you know, when you do something like that, it definitely lets you see more cool content coming from us. Now, here in a minute, in the next clip, we're going to check out some more features the KRX has, so sit back and check it out. Also, don't forget to check out the links in the description.
As well as go into low power. So we're going to have low gear, just like on low power. For the hill ascent, what that low power is going to do is be able to highlight basically disabling horsepower while maintaining full torque to help you climb up over all these obstacles going up the hill a lot smoother.
So these things ride super good. I mean, for terms of like if you're going into slow trails, which is what most East Coast trails are, this thing handles bumps and chatter better than any machine I've been in, even the Forza. little nervous, you know. So I do not have my foot on the brake right now. Right now, foot is off the brake. We're good. Touching brakes there. Back off the brake again. Guys, I'm literally having to give this thing gas to go down this hill. I mean, the engine braking is great.
Alright, we've got a acceleration zone coming up ahead of us, so we're going to go into high gear. We're going to make sure that we're in four-wheel drive. High gear, four-wheel drive. We'll take it nice and easy to this gate. Hugging that left side by the rock, and you should clear the right side.
Deer. See that deer up there? Alright, you see us coming through the scale right here. It looks like a pretty tight fit, but the KRX is actually 68 inches wide, which is about middle of the ground. Some machines, like the narrow ones, are 64 inches, and then if you look at some of the trail machines, they're like 60 inches. I think there's even like some 50-inch wide machines out there, but the 68 inches, there are still wider machines than the KRX out there, and it's a good middle of the ground road width. Alright, so right there is a perfect example of how I think the KRX is geared pretty good for trails. You can tell we were definitely going fast back there in that straightaway, but you know, it wasn't like we were going to slow anything like that. We're still in control, and you know, we could always use more power, but it definitely has enough to keep you entertained. Alright, right here we're going to show a little bit more of the engine braking, and as you can tell right here, this is over at Coal Canyon on the Spearhead Trails in Grundy, Virginia, and just looking at this view, man, this is a killer view. It's an awesome place to come ride if you've never ridden out here. It's definitely a good time. I think this is a blue trail. It might be a black, I don't know, but it's nothing real extreme. But this trail system is one of the smoothest on the Spearhead Trails, and is a great trail system to get out, have fun, and play.
Alright, we've got another acceleration point, so we're going to switch into high gear, stay in four-wheel drive. As soon as it's clear, we'll go ahead and go forward. Please keep your eye out. Does look like your trail is picking up a bit. Yep, four-wheel drive.
Did I mention it's dusty today?
We're gonna go back up in high gear for the remaining of the trip home. We're gonna go spiral the camper. We'll maintain a nice, easy speed through there. And as soon as we get back on the asphalt, we'll switch it into two-wheel drive. We've got two vehicles coming so far.
Alright, so we're about to come up in here in the campground, and it's definitely a nice campground. They also got cabin rentals for that kind of stuff, and they got a little shower house right there out on the left there. Now, I want to say I appreciate all of you guys for watching our videos and sharing them with your buddies and stuff like that. Keep watching our stuff, keep liking them, keep commenting what your favorite parts are. You know, if you have questions or anything like that, by all means leave one down in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Now, I really do mean it when I say this. Check out the links in the description, because we got some merchandise coming out, some trail necks, t-shirts and stuff like that, some stickers. So check out that link in the description. Some really cool stuff. Took a lot of work to get all that set up, and I will say it looks pretty sweet. I'm excited to get my stuff. I done ordered me some stuff, so go ahead and order you some stuff. But until next time, guys, I'll see you guys on the trails.